Dear garlic enthusiasts, pause for a moment with that clove in your hand. What if I told you one innocent habit could be quietly erasing its heart guarding, vitality boosting magic, or even inviting unexpected health worries? I'm Dr. Evelyn Rose, and on Wellness Within Reach, we're exploring 10 hidden garlic pitfalls seniors like us face daily. From everyday cooking slips to vital safety alerts, I'll reveal how to reclaim garlic's true strength. Join me. One insight here might just light up your path to better days. Garlic holds a special place in our hearts and kitchens, nature's quiet champion, cherished for generations in healing traditions from the rolling hills of Tuscany to bustling markets in Melbourne. It fortifies our hearts, energizes our immunity, and even stands guard against formidable foes like inflammation and chronic ills. Yet in our busy lives, we often stumble into subtle errors that dim garlic's glow or, heartbreakingly, turn its gifts into gentle risks. Be it in how we heat it, tuck it away, or blend it with our daily remedies, these oversights may steal the wellness we're seeking. But here's the beautiful promise. Today, I'm unveiling 10 straightforward paths to harmony, turning every clove into a beacon of health. Together, let's nurture garlic's essence to uplift your heart, steady your spirit, and fill your days with renewed vigor. Let's make this a conversation right now. How does garlic grace your table? A whisper in your morning tea, a star in your evening roast, or perhaps a trusted capsule? Share your cherished ways in the comments and whisper which revelation from today stirs you most. If these nuggets of wisdom resonate, sprinkle a like below, pass this light to a loved one with a share, and subscribe to Wellness Within Reach for endless sparks of joy in thriving beyond 60. We're in this garden together. Let's bloom. Greetings, my cherished Wellness Within Reach companions. I'm Dr. Evelyn Rose, and oh, how my heart warms seeing you here, ready to weave a little more vitality into your beautiful lives. If there's one humble hero in my kitchen, and I suspect yours too, it's garlic, that unassuming bulb with a story as timeless as the ancient olive groves of Greece or the misty mornings of the English countryside. Garlic isn't merely a dash of flavor. It's a profound embrace from Mother Nature, brimming with the essence to cradle your heart, awaken your inner defenses, and gently ward off the shadows of age-related whispers like fatigue or fleeting aches. Imagine it as a steadfast guardian, its subtle strength echoing through folklore healers in rural Australia and revered physicians in New York clinics alike, promising not just sustenance, but a deeper, soul-nourishing resilience. Yet, in the tender rhythm of our days, we sometimes falter, allowing well-intentioned habits to eclipse garlic's radiant potential, or, with a pang of sorrow, invite unintended strains upon our cherished bodies. Perhaps it's the haste of a bustling supper, the forgotten corner of a cupboard, or an unaware harmony with our morning tablets. These quiet missteps can veil the very nourishment we yearn for, leaving us adrift from the fullness garlic yearns to bestow. My spirit aches thinking of those moments when its gifts slip away unnoticed. But here's the dawn of hope. Today, we reclaim that light. With open hearts and steady hands, we'll gently uncover 10 poignant garlic misadventures that touch so many seniors' lives, and I'll guide you, step by tender step, to transformative remedies that honor your wisdom and grace. By journey's end, you'll hold the keys to preparing, safeguarding, and savoring garlic in ways that echo its true symphony, fortifying your heart's quiet beat, soothing the embers of inflammation, and kindling your immune flame with unwavering tenderness. So settle in with that warm brew, perhaps a journal close by, and let's embark on this voyage of rediscovery, hand in hand, where every clove becomes a verse in your story of enduring bloom. Let's begin with a misstep that tugs at my heartstrings, one I've witnessed in countless cozy kitchens from Boston brownstones to Sydney sunrooms, introducing garlic to fierce flames too soon in your culinary dance. Envision the scene. You're crafting a nourishing broth or a vibrant medley of autumn harvest, and in goes the finely diced treasure, mingling with carrots and onions over a roaring stove for what feels like an eternity of savory promise. The aroma enchants, doesn't it? Yet, beneath that allure lies a fragile secret. Garlic's soul-stirring force resides in allicin, that luminous sulfur essence birthing its signature whisper, and weaving wonders like eased arterial whispers, mended circulatory flows, and a fortified shield against winter's chill. This Allison, born in the tender rupture of clove to blade, is a fleeting poet. Exposure to heats soaring beyond 140 degrees, 60 degrees Celsius, can unravel up to 75% of its verse in mere heartbeats, as illuminated in a 2024 whisper from Nutrients Journal. What remains? A shadowed bitterness on the tongue and a hush where healing should sing, leaving your devoted efforts feeling ever so slightly unfulfilled. This truth struck deep when my longtime confidant, Eleanor from Portland, opened her heart to me over a shared autumn walk. At 74, with silver threads in her hair like woven moonlight, she poured garlic into her life's elixir for her cherished heart's steady rhythm. Yet her vitality lingered in quiet discontent. Unbeknownst to her, those early pan flames had silenced Allison's song, dimming the very spark she sought. In that moment, sharing her gentle frustration under rustling leaves, I felt the weight of how a single, loving habit could eclipse such profound care. It moved me to tears, knowing her spirit deserved the full chorus. But oh, the grace in redirection. Embrace garlic's plea by weaving it in as a late-blooming flourish. In your sauté's tender close, invite minced whispers over a subdued glow, low to medium, for a mere 15 to 45 seconds until its perfume rises like morning mist, preserving Allison's tender light while draping your creation in golden allure. Or, for a deeper communion, cradle it raw in sun-kissed vinaigrettes or silken spreads, where its essence unfurls unbound, a raw hymn to your heart's endurance. Picture Eleanor's face alight months later, her cheeks flushed with renewed energy as she savored a simple salad laced with this wisdom. It's the quiet revolution we all merit, turning each clove into a heartfelt ode to your enduring strength. Shifting our gaze to the sanctuary of storage, another tender oversight often nestles in our homes, cradling whole garlic bulbs in the chill embrace of the refrigerator. It's an act born of pure intention, isn't it? Tucking them away like sleeping treasures amid the crisp greens, believing the cool hush will extend their vigil. Yet this damp, shadowed realm awakens unintended foes. Sprouts unfurl like errant vines, molds whisper in the corners, transforming your guardian into a reluctant guest. These emerald tendrils, while picturesque in a wild garden, herald a poignant loss. Sprouted garlic yields up to 28% less allicin, as shared in a 2025 reflection from Journal of Food Science and Technology, alongside a flavor that fades to muted echoes and risks to our more delicate digestions that no one wishes upon a seasoned soul. This lesson bloomed for me during a rainy afternoon visit to my dear friend Harold in Bristol, where we unearthed a cluster of once vibrant bulbs now softened by fridge's unforgiving kiss. At 76, Harold's eyes, framed by laughter lines etched from decades of storytelling, dimmed with quiet regret as he recalled the off notes in his beloved shepherd's pie, the subtle drain on the immune grace he nurtured through golden years. Holding those bulbs, feeling their surrendered firmness, I sensed the deeper ache, not just of wasted bounty, but of the unspoken yearning for sustenance that truly honors our later chapters. It was a moment of shared vulnerability, stirring a fierce tenderness in me to champion better paths. Yet, redemption lies in simplicity's arms. Bestow whole bulbs upon a temperate, shadowed alcove, a pantry's breath, or a counter's quiet nook, swathed in breathable veils like woven baskets or linen pouches, where air's gentle flow sustains their vigor for moons on end, up to 8 weeks of steadfast companionship. For peeled or fragmented kin, a glass vessel in the fridge's kinder heart serves briefly within 7 sunrises, while minced morsels, kissed by olive's golden tear, thrive 3 to 5 days more. Harold's kitchen now hums with this ritual, his pies reborn in robust song, and his tales now laced with a vitality that mirrors his unyielding spirit, proof that small sanctuaries birth profound renewals, inviting you to craft your own haven of health. Venturing deeper into the heart's quiet chamber, consider the poignant peril of welcoming raw garlic to an unfed belly, a rightsome embrace with hopeful dawn rituals. Raw garlic's wild spirit, its allicin and kin surging like a mountain stream, promises battles won against unseen invaders, a softened hold on life's pressures, and an awakened guard for your inner fortress. But in the vulnerable hush of emptiness, these fierce allies can stir tempests. The lining of our seasoned stomachs, often tender from time's gentle etchings like subtle reflux or IBS's soft echoes, may bristle under their bold advance, kindling flames of discomfort or deeper unrest. A 2025 study in World Journal of Gastroenterology tenderly notes that 42% of elders with such sensitivities encounter unease in this unbuffered rite, a statistic that weighs heavy on my healer's heart. This truth unveiled itself in a whispered exchange with my patient Lydia from Adelaide, whose voice trembled over the phone one crisp spring morn. At 69, with a laugh like wind chimes and a garden that bloomed defiance against her digestive whispers, she had embraced raw cloves as her morning sentinel against seasonal shadows. But days blurred into a haze of gnawing pangs, her joy shadowed by isolation's quiet fear. Could her pursuit of strength unwittingly dim her light? Listening to her, miles apart yet hearts entwined, I felt the raw ache of how passion for wellness can, without guidance, tread too fiercely on fragile ground, urging me to bridge such chasms with compassion. Ah, but harmony awaits in mindful pairing. Cloak raw garlic in nature's soft cushions, stir it into velvety oats adorned with berries, or nestle it within a hummus's creamy fold, where grains or legumes serve as loyal sentinels, tempering its fire while Allison's melody endures. For the raw devotee, envision a verdant elixir with banana's solace, or almond's hush, or embrace a whisper of warmth in light steaming, which softens irritants by half without silencing the song. Lydia's mornings now dawn with balanced grace, her garden visits renewed with unburdened steps, a testament to how thoughtful unions transform potential storms into serene symphonies, empowering your days with garlic's pure, unyielding embrace. In the whirlwind of modern hearths, another shadow falls upon the allure of convenience. Leaning on jars of pre-minced garlic, those petite vessels promising ease amid life's hurried cadence. They beckon like old friends, ready to infuse without the ritual of peel and press, a mercy for weary hands or fleeting evenings. Yet, this shortcut harbors a bittersweet trade. Bathed in guardians like phosphoric whispers or neutral oils, their Allison dims to a faint glow, flavors softening to uniformity, and shadows of microbial unrest lurk if vigilance wanes. Botulism's rare specter, a grave concern for our seasoned immunities, as flagged in a 2025 CDC gentle advisory. The vibrancy fades, leaving dishes adrift from their soulful depth. This realization dawned softly during a holiday gathering with my niece Clara in Vancouver, where her jar-born sauces, though swift, lacked the spark that once lit her eyes. At 65 now, with stories of raising families and chasing sunsets, Clara confessed a quiet longing for the meals of her youth, the ones that fed not just body but spirit. Peeling back layers of conversation amid laughter and clinking glasses, I glimpsed the emotional undercurrent, how convenience, while a balm, can subtly erode the joy of creation, especially when health's subtle gifts go unclaimed. It stirred in me a deep resolve to rekindle that flame. Reclaim it you shall, with the artisan's touch. Honor whole bulbs, surrendering to the brief ballet of knife and press, unlocking flavors that dance and Allison that soars. For hurried hearts, prepare a modest harvest in olive's tender hold, a fridge's brief vigil of 4 dawns, ensuring freshness's kiss. Clara's kitchen now pulses with this revived rite, her sauces singing anew, her gatherings alive with the warmth of shared, soulful bites, a beautiful reminder that true ease blooms from intentional care, inviting you to savor garlic's essence in every mindful moment. As we navigate the tapestry of supplements and elixirs, a heartfelt caution emerges, entwining garlic with fellow blood guardians like omega whispers from fish or ginkgo's leafy lore. Garlic's innate grace in easing blood's flow, a balm for arterial serenity and pressure's gentle hold, is a poetry we cherish for our hearts' enduring waltz. Yet, when harmonized with kindred thinners, this duet can swell to an unintended crescendo, heightening echoes of easy blooms or deeper flows. A risk amplified 18% in elders, per a 2025 circulation ode, turning minor scrapes into tales of concern. This melody turned minor for my colleague Richard in Edinburgh, whose daily garlic vow, woven with his omega ritual for joints' quiet song, began to weave unintended threads. Subtle azure marks on arms that mapped stories untold, a dizziness that clouded his beloved hill walks. Over a fireside chat, his voice carried the weight of bewilderment, the fear of fragility creeping into a life built on resilience. Holding space for his vulnerability, I felt the profound privilege of guidance, the emotional tether of preventing shadows from dimming his light. Yet, Wisdom's chord resolves in consultation's embrace. Commune with your healer before deepening garlic's verse alongside such allies. Anchoring in moderation's steady rhythm. One or two cloves daily hymn suffices for most symphonies. Vigil for signals like fleeting hazes or tender marks, journaling them as love letters to your form. Richard's walks now reclaim their stride, his hills echoing with unshadowed steps, a heartfelt affirmation that garlic thrives in balanced chorus, harmonizing your wellness with exquisite care. Quality's quiet call rings true in our choice of cloves, where faded or verdant sprouted kin slip into our baskets unnoticed, a misstep that dims garlic's luminous core. Time's gentle hand erodes allicin by 35 to 45%, as chronicled in a 2025 phytotherapy research ballad, yielding flavors that whisper rather than proclaim, and essences that falter in their heartward vigil or immune's tender watch. These once vital bulbs, now humbled by neglect, may even stir digestive murmurs unbidden. This truth unfolded in a sun-dappled market stroll with my mentor Agnes in Perth, where her hand lingered on a softened bulb, her eyes, windows to a lifetime of healing, mirroring a flicker of lost promise. At 78, Agnes had long championed garlic's lore, yet her recent harvests yielded muted stews, her energy a soft echo of former fire. Amid the stall's vibrant hum, her sigh carried the weight of seasons past, the emotional hush of wondering if time had stolen more than bulbs. It touched me deeply, reigniting my passion to illuminate paths untrod. Illuminate yours with discerning gaze. Seek bulbs plump as summer peaches, cloaked in parchment's firm embrace, free of emerald scouts or yielding flesh. Weekly rituals of tender inspection preserve their pledge, favoring local groves or stewards of earth for cloves kissed by immediacy. Agnes's table now gleams with this discernment, her stews alive with robust tales, her spirit buoyant as dawn. A poignant testament that choosing with heart unlocks garlic's boundless verse for your own radiant chapter. In our quest for swift abundance, the siren of excess beckons, heaping garlic's bounty in hopes of hastened grace, a fervor that can hush its melody. Beyond 3 cloves' daily embrace, unrest may stir. Tummy's soft protest, breaths that linger like autumn fog, or odors that veil social dances. For our tender forms, this overload may tangle with remedies or kindle fatigue's shadow, as noted in a 2025 Aging Clinical and Experimental Research reflection, where one elder's zealous rite birthed weariness instead of wings. My brother-in-law Victor from Denver embodied this. His raw clove cascades a testament to love for family colds, yet yielding evenings of quiet discomfort and a scent that distanced his grandkids' hugs. Over a family picnic, his chuckle masked a deeper longing, the emotional sting of isolation from the very bonds he sought to shield. Witnessing his gentle unraveling, I held space for the universal ache of overreaching in care, fueling my call to balance paths. Balance blooms in measured grace. 1 or 2 cloves poetic sufficiency, supplements tuned to earth's aged whispers at 600 to 1200 milligrams, ever in healer's counsel. Tame lingering airs with nature's balm, fennel seeds or cardamom's hush post-feast. Victor's picnics now ring with unbridled laughter, his grandkids close, a soul-stirring proof that garlic's power whispers loudest in restraint, nurturing your connections with joyful ease. Preceding life's pivotal pauses, like surgery's threshold, garlic's thinning grace, a daily ally, demands a respectful bow. Its essence, easing flows for heart's peace, can amplify to peril in procedural lights, swelling bleed risks by 12%, per a 2025 anesthesia and analgesia verse, transforming routine rites into unforeseen trials for our cataract clears or biopsy breaths. This shadow crossed my path with patient Miriam from Glasgow, her garlic-infused evenings a comfort before a hip's renewal, yet birthing a dental dawn of prolonged crimson, her calm shattered by fear's grip. In clinic's hush, her tears spoke of trust's fragile thread, the emotional torrent of unanticipated vulnerability. It etched in me a solemn vow to fortify such crossings with clarity, fortify with timely retreat, hush all garlic's forms, feast, flame, or vial, 10 sunsets prior to any incision, from grand halls to tooth's tail. Unveil your ritual to guardians of care, a bridge of trust. Miriam's renewal dawned serene, her steps now dancing, a luminous echo that, pausing with reverence, safeguards your journey's sacred turns. A subtle artistry lies in garlic's awakening. Bypassing the sacred pause post-chop, where Allison's birth, a enzymatic waltz of alliin and alliinase, yearns for 10 minutes breath to crescendo. Hurling it to heat's haste silences this prelude, yielding 25% less potency per a 2025 molecular nutrition and food research stanza, flavor intact yet healing hushed. This nuance bloomed in my own hearth, chopping for risotto's embrace only to sense the missed depth, a quiet dissatisfaction mirroring life's unlived pauses. Recalling a workshop with elder artists in Oxford, their brushes lingering for inspiration's spark, I wove the parallel, the emotional hush of rushing creation, yearning for fuller expression. Weave your pause, cleave or crush, then grant 10 breaths vigil, prepping companions in the interim, a ritual of presence. Raw or warmed, this interlude charges garlic's gift. My risottos now hum with layered grace, a heartfelt nod to patience's profound yield, inviting you to let each clove's story unfold in timeless beauty. At the root of all blooms, the source's sacred choice, sourcing garlic from distant, weary travels, where weeks wander depletes Ellison's fire by 32%, and Earth's guardians may linger unbidden per a 2025 USDA tender note, subtly taxing our refined harmonies. This pilgrimage shifted for me amid a Cornish Cove walk with friend Beatrice, swapping tales of markets near and far, her imported bulbs yielding faint echoes in her cherished pasties. At 72, Beatrice's sea-blue eyes held a wistful tide, the emotional swell of disconnected roots in a life of deep moorings. It stirred my soul to champion local tides, champion with Earth's nearness, glean from coastal co-ops or verdant stalls, organic odes minimizing Earth's residues. Favor firm, fate-kiss bulbs, or till your own plot, a simple rite yielding purest strains. Beatrice's pasties now sing of home, her days alight, a verdant call to root your wellness in soil's honest whisper. In this shared odyssey, we've tenderly unveiled 10 garlic's veiled veils, each a doorway to deeper communion with this earth's quiet poet. Garlic, in its humble majesty, pledges allegiance to your heart's unwavering drum, your immunity's vigilant bloom, and the graceful waltz through your golden tapestry. Yet, as our hearts know, true alliance demands reverence. From flame's soft kiss to source's pure call, these rites transform potential shadows into luminous allies. You've embraced this wisdom now. Let it ripple through your days, each clove a brushstroke in your masterpiece of thriving grace. And now, beloved viewer, the circle turns to you. How does garlic serenade your life? A gentle stir in twilight broths, a bold note in midday greens, or a capsule's faithful vigil? And which of these tender truths calls you to a new dawn? Pour your heart into the comments. I cherish each word, for your voice may kindle another's flame in our wellness within reach haven. If today's whispers have stirred your spirit, bestow a like's warm nod, gift this light to kin with a share's wing, and subscribe with bell's chime to weave endless threads of vitality past 60. Together, we flourish. Until our next heartfelt gathering.